Hello, boys and girls. It's good to see everybody today. Welcome to Wood Spun Round. I'm Doug, and I've got my one friend today, Ruby Claire. I'm glad to have Ruby along from way up north where it's just as hot there as it is down here. So, Ruby, glad to have you along. Slide you
Glad
in
to
the
be along.
background for slide you in the background. And in fact, I'm going to change my camera view here, let you guys see what it is that we're working with today. We're going to revisit the idea that we started on last week, the idea of a kind of a small soup bowl, cereal bowl, just a small utility type bowl. And I've got a piece of sycamore on the lathe. This one's a better size. We should be able to get a decent size bowl out of it. Um, Fella that I got this idea from said that these bowls got him over the hump when he was first getting started. Just a very simple bowl, coloring the outside, leaving the inside um, plain. So I'm going to get started. And as I do, Miss Ruby will read off who all's in the chat. And let me just start off by saying, welcome everybody.
Okay. Um, Dale from Old Man River was in first this evening, followed by Norman Greenwell, Paul Hunter, uh, Mike, who's still dancing with aardvarks, Alex, the wood butcher, uh, let's see, Roger Wallum, Todd at Glen Cove, Ward Wilson, Doug Bennett, Rick Havens, let's see, Zed, Al Dawson, let's see, Roger Kent. Lucy's in. Hi, Lucy.
Sweet potato.
Larry Ulrich. Gregory is in. Hey, JP.
JP. What's up, bud?
Paul Hooten. And I think I'm at the bottom of the list.
Okay.
If I missed anyone, I apologize. Oh, and Spun by Green Jeans is in. Mike is asking, how wet is the wood?
Good question. I was just thinking about that. Last week we were measuring the blank as I was just getting started, and it was measuring around 22%. I measured this just before we went live, anywhere from 11 to 13%. So it's much drier this week than it was last. I need to take another pass or two just to have enough. I'm going to do a recess on this one so we don't have to come back to it.
JP says, real wet. Anyway, if I
Not this
missed
week.
you,
Last week it was.
if I missed you, welcome to the session anyway, and I hope you enjoy what Doug's about to make. Hopefully, is there going to be texturing and color, Doug?
Color. No texture, but we will have color.
Okay.
We'll have color.
Have you chosen your color yet?
I have.
Okay.
It's the color I intended to use last week. Yellow.
Oh, okay. And Scott Hampton's come in.
Hey, Scott.
And JP says that his idea of adding texture is by getting a catch. That is one way of doing it, JP. It's a little uncontrolled. Bailey Woodworks is in. Hi, Scott.
Hey, Chris.
It's Chris.
Getting nice shavings off of this, even though it's I'll put the moisture meter on it again here in just a minute.
Yeah, last weekend I turned green wood, and it's the first time I've turned really fresh cut green wood in a long time. It was an absolute pleasure.
Isn't it a joy? All right, my curiosity's up now. Still got, no, that's not bad. Still got to get past a little bit. Now that we're down into it, it's working its way down.
Todd says that turning green wood is like cheating. It's like using a really sharp tool is what it's like.
It's a blast. I was going to do a demo at the state fair one year, and one of the guys says, "Have you got any camphor and or wet apple?" I said, "I don't have either one." So he got me both. Oh, what a joy! Wet apple is a blast to turn.
I wish we had camphor up here. I love the smell of it.
I do too. I turned that apple first and sent long streamers all over that area. That wasn't too bad. Still a flat spot up here. Turn the camphor after I turn the apple, and holy cow, a little more dust and whatnot, but the smell. I had people sitting out in front of me, way down the exhibit hall, and they could smell it in the very back.
No, I wouldn't doubt that.
All right, now it's because I said it was cutting well.
Mike wishes he had some wet apple as well. And Lucy's Andy says hello to everyone.
Hey, Andy.
They're watching on TV, but he's fiddling with something as usual. And Alex says he's got some wet willow from pollarding his small trees.
Okay. Yeah, I'm getting good shavings, even though it's not like it was last week where it was spraying me. And I've changed my mind. I'm going to go with a tenon on this. If I'd put it on a wormwood, I could have, or even used Wayne's method of drilling the top side. But I'm between centers, so I do want a little foot there. Just rounding this edge over, which is against the grain, I know, but there's no other way to get it to it there. You got to do it. So back to with the grain, just a finishing cut. Hopefully I take the hump that I'm seeing out.
No, we're not seeing a hump, so.
Yeah, it's a tiny one right up here. I'm almost to it now.
Yeah. And
I'm right in it.
Paul Finley has joined us. Hi, Paul.
Hey, Paul. Great Joe Sonia bowl last night. I really enjoyed it. I always like that. I enjoy using Joe Sonia paints and love the effect that it gives.
Mm-hmm.
Paul did a really nice one last night. Used 3 colors. One of them, the turquoise, barely had any on there, just a little. Their other colors were lovely. All right. All right, Paul. You're gonna have to remind me. I forgot what they are now. Violet and no, turquoise was the third color. I can't remember what the second color was.
And the blues or the reds?
I don't remember. Can't believe I can't remember that.
What are you gonna do when you get old, Doug?
Well, that's the problem, Ruby. I've got premature forgetfulness caused by stroke.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Well,
Doctor.
as of now, you're not allowed to have any more strokes, okay?
Well, I promise you, I don't want another one.
Okay,
I
good.
don't want another one. Doctor came in the room. He says, "I'm going to dismiss you. I don't see any deficits, but if you have any, they'll go away. It won't take but a few weeks. You'll be back to normal." Yeah, right. I wasn't normal before. Why would I be normal after?
Who wants to be normal? It's more
Well,
fun being odd.
that's kind of the way I think, but
We're that way, we're both unique. Oh, and Scott says, Doug, you're already old.
well, that I am.
He is not old, Scott, not by a long
I
way.
I work with a bunch of teenagers. Well, I did. They've all gone back to school now. And every once in a while, I'll say something about being old, and they look at me like, "Huh?" I don't tend to act my age, and I'd never intend to. Um,
Well, I have a young friend who has forbidden me from getting old or acting my age.
there you go. Why act your age? You don't have to. My
Sounds good to me.
folks, yeah, my folks both just turned 88 last month and are doing fairly well. Um, Mother's having her issues, but some of that is medical and whatnot. Dad is starting because he's having to do his chores and hers.
Mm-hmm.
He's starting to show that he's a little tired around the edges, and he's never done that before. He's a type A, driven, go 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 all the time. Um, he still goes to bed at the same time, still gets up at the same time. Um, but it's not unusual for him to go in and take a little siesta.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, no, no. He's since he retired, that's not a big deal that he takes a little bit of an afternoon nap, but it's more regular, and his nap's a little bit longer now than it used to be, which is all fine and dandy. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. If I hadn't had this to do, guys, today, I'd be asleep right this minute.
Roger is asking if he froze up, and I think it must have been you, Roger, because Doug hasn't frozen at all.
No, it's pretty warm here actually.
And Scott says that he's 65 and he plans on never acting his age. There's no
There you
fun in
go.
that.
Nope.
And
Scott, you
Mike
and I are the same age, bud.
and Mike says, you're both a pair of kids. And Mike says he likes having the excuse to be grumpy. Todd says he starts his Medicare coverage next month.
I need to do that. I have not done it yet. Mostly because my wife's insurance will still cover me. So
Well, Zed says he started acting his age when he turned 12, and 12 was so good that he just stuck with it.
there you go.
I like
There you
that.
go. Yeah, I do too. All right, there's my sycamore sanded. All right, let's turn that off. Let me clean up just a little bit. We'll put some alcohol on here just to give it a little alcohol bath to clean it up. Oh, it's going to be, this color may make some nice things happen here. I'm hoping it will. This was a part of a crotch. There's a pith. There was a pith there, and there's another one there. So just a little bit of is a branch crotch. This was part of the trunk, and then two limbs coming out. And those are kind of the parts that I want to swipe when I go down there the next time to get some more. I got to finish cutting the tree. When I do, he already knows I want some of the crotches. And I hope that as I go toward the base of the trees, they get bigger and bigger.
So you're a crotchety old guy.
That's right. That's right. Get that figure going, and it's lovely stuff. Lovely.
Roger says he turns 70 next week. Well, happy birthday in advance, Roger.
Absolutely. Yes. Anything over 50 is an accomplishment these days.
Well, Todd says that he went to an antique auction this weekend and 3 people bid on him.
I understand that. Between that wood spinning and I'm blowing a little air on it, it's drying that alcohol very quickly.
And Mike asks, did you know that at one time they made records out of solid shellac?
Yes, I did know that. It's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Well, I can't. Oh, maybe.
At one time, shellac was the predominant finish used on furniture.
Oh, there we go. My trigger was locked. There it goes. Yeah, shellac was like the finish there for quite a while, and it went out of vogue. Yuck. Overspray.
Just a bit. Gav has joined us. Hi, Gav.
Hey, Gav.
Now, what brand of is that a stain?
I'm glad you asked. This is Salisbury Crafts wood colors, or just colors. This is, oh golly, it's the marker refill, I think.
Okay, so
Yes,
like the
marker refill.
Yeah, the airbrush color as well.
Yes, it does. He does make an airbrush color. The airbrush color, the pigment was a little heavier. It would clog. No, this would clog up an airbrush. So this is heavier.
Okay.
But as you can see, it still lets the grain come through.
Oh,
Had I
yeah.
done this in black first, it really would have popped this grain. And it's already, this is wonderful stuff. I love what these colors do to wood. They're just magnificent. So there's the outside. If I'd wipe that off, I wouldn't get it all over my hand. It's twice
Well,
I've done that.
Gordon says, they invented these things called gloves for a reason.
Gloves, that's what you wear in wintertime, isn't it?
Yep. And Paul thinks that's a lovely honey color.
I'm going to leave it kind of as is for now. We'll eventually it'll get some finish put on it, but let me do.
Yeah,
Keep
that's
it
a
turned
nice
up.
bright ball.
Yeah, it's nice and vibrant, but yet still allows the grain to come through, which is great. I keep doing that.
Well, stop.
I know. Only problem with it going in the floor is I've got to bend down to pick it up. That gets more difficult all the time. And it's not because I'm gaining weight. I'm not. I'm losing weight. So, all right. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Get that out of the way. Get this out of the way. Come on. There you go. I cinched down my tailstock real tight earlier because I wanted it to sit still. Only problem is you got to uncinch it to move it. Get my
Paul
step
says
center
he,
out.
Paul says he can't wait until Jason gets his UK agent up and running so he can purchase it over there in England.
There you go. I'm not sure. Jason's not in with us today, is he?
Not yet.
I'm not sure. You might be able to go to Jason's website directly and order it. Problem is the shipping would be outrageous.
Yep.
That's the problem most places. There is some economy of scale when he ships stuff out to other folks. Um, by shipping more at one time, it's a bit cheaper, and you can get not around um, duties and import taxes, all that kind of stuff is a little less when you have a larger amount.
Yeah.
I talked with mhm, Terry, is it at well, the guy there in England that has the colors and the finishes, not Martin, the other guy, the other company that is so popular, Chestnut.
Oh, okay. Terry Smart.
Yeah, I talked to him one time about a possible being a possible distributor in the U.S. and it would have worked. He was saying they already had a warehouse here. Um, there really was not going to be a problem, except that because of all the import stuff, at that time they did not have the full line here.
Hmm.
And the way I was thinking about it at that time, anyway, what would be the advantage of having just part of the line if you couldn't get it all?
Right.
Um, who knows? That's been a few years ago now. I wonder if it's changed.
And Scott says, Doug, he has a few of those long picker uppers in his shop. Maybe you
Yeah,
need to invest in one too. I have them.
I have one, or no, I don't have one. That's been mentioned before, and I don't want to act my age.
Mike
Too high.
suggests that Jason should have called his colors things like koala milk and kangaroo juice.
That's interesting thought.
The only problem with that, Mike, is that most people have no idea what koala milk and kangaroo juice look like.
That's for sure.
So they can't relate to the colors.
Yeah. This color is called yellow, plain and simple. Um, he
Hey,
didn't
if it isn't broke, don't fix it.
right. Yeah, he's not trying to reinvent the wheel or anything like that. Um, he's just making. He wanted to make food safe colors that would be safe for children, and he wanted it to be ecologically sound. And so,
And Jason's just joined us. Hi,
well,
Jason.
Jason, we were just calling you all kind of names there. Not really. We were talking about your colors.
Yep. And some suggestions for new names for them, like koala milk and kangaroo juice. Mike says that unicorn spit seems to work.
Unicorn spit is a nice color range. I'm telling you, these colors that Jason is putting out, they're nice colors. They really
Yeah,
are.
they're nice and vibrant.
I've used
Jason says he'll pass on the new names.
I don't blame you. All right. Um, I've used yellow, blue. Have I? I haven't used the blue yet. I've used red and green and now yellow. I do another. My next one will be red with this red. I've done red with another brand, but
I'd like to see what shade of blue that is.
tell you what we can do. Oh, I'm gonna save it. I'll save it.
Good idea.
I was gonna spray a little on the inside, let you see it, but we'll save it.
Yep. Let it be a surprise next time around. And Andy has joined us, door 60.
Hey, Andy. I'm gonna go ahead and get my rim established here so I don't get carried away.
Well, I've got a club demo coming up in another month, and there was a request that the color I use is orange,
Orange. Okay.
so I'll do that.
Wonder why
Paul
they
is
wanted orange.
Paul is reminding you to stop before you get to the hole.
Yes.
And the vineyard, Andy, the vineyard farmhouse, says good afternoon. He's
Hey, Brian.
watching and listening while cleaning the house. Well, if you get done, you can come over and do mine too. Mike's asking, do these bowls sell better in sets of 6 different colors?
That's a question I'm going to ask this fella. Seems like that's what he said was he would do several different colors. I don't know if he had 6, but right here I'm doing my best to look down both the inside and the outside.
No, I do my insides a little different to avoid having that happen. And Heather just said, gosh darn it, she dropped off a chuck at her tool and die friend's house, so he could remove 2 jammed screws and discovered her car has an oil leak.
Oh no.
I had something similar and ended up making the drive home by buying 5 more quarts of oil to take with me.
I've done that. Like there was a time, one of my cars, I ran around with a case of oil in the back of my car.
Yep. You don't have a set of those like Martel calipers for measuring your thickness, do you?
Got a small set.
No, they're not quite the same.
No,
But,
yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. No, I don't have those at all.
Heather says her leak isn't that bad yet. Well, take your vehicle in, because if it drops all its oil in one big shot, you can end up seizing your motor. And ask how I know.
You can ask me how I know. I was coming home from vacation. We'd been at Hilton Head Island and coming along the interstate through South Carolina, and lo and behold, the engine light comes on and the engine stopped.
Yep.
Plain and simple. There was no big hesitation at all. In fact, let me, while I'm thinking about it, since Ruby
Yeah.
asked,
Mark, Mark S. and Thomas Kenny have joined us.
hey Thomas, hey Mark, that's Mark Stroughton, otherwise known as Babes. I am even down as far as I am. Now my bottom, if I can get it, there we go. That's a good spot. Right there, I'm still 2 inches thick. So I've got a lot of bottom to go.
I'd take out what's there right now and then just gradually work down.
Yes, yes. Ooh, I know what else I want to do while we're here at this moment. Dun, dun, dun. Right dead center. I have to wait because it starts high and drops down, which is kind of wild. 20%. So it's still down inside the wood. It's still fairly wet. On the outside, it was quite a bit drier. Yeah, and the other thing I'm doing, Ruby, I'm not. I've switched out of hogging mode and into finish cut practice mode.
Good. And don't forget, you can always angle your tool rest into the bowl.
Yes, already have. I'm well into it. I can go, now that I've taken some of that middle out, I can angle it a little more. But yes, I already have. In fact, let's do that now while we're on the subject. All right.
And Jason says that he put up some pictures from Turnfest South Australia, which includes a good look at his new gloss range, all painted on pine bowls that Sid turned.
Good.
Now, where did you put the pictures up, Jason? Are they on the website or on your Facebook page
Or Instagram.
or Instagram?
All right, that's in a weird spot right there.
He says the pictures are on Facebook.
Okay. Have to look for those after a while. All right. Because of the shape and everything, we're going to switch at this point. I am good down to this level here. You can see that line going around. It's pretty well even. So we'll take a scraper. I got to raise my tool rest. There we go. Raise the tool rest so I can raise the handle up. Maybe, well, I'm too close is the problem. Let's back out just a hair. Now that'll be better. May need to re-raise my burr.
It looks like one of the Sorby scrapers.
This is a crown, actually. When I got this Sorby crown, seems like there was one other company, Pinnacle, all had basically the same tool. Trying to get that original line out.
And Jason says he posted it on his personal wall.
Oh, okay, good.
It would be Jason McGee.
All right, oh yeah. Oh yeah, clean up the very bottom just a little, and in fact, I'm going to change tools again. We're going to go to a bottom feeder this time. That's not the one I want. That's the one I want. You can see very short grind on that short angle.
Mm-hmm.
Got to put it down. There we go. But because of that, I can get across here without hitting the side of the bowl.
Mike is asking, what do you call a fish with no eyes?
I don't know, Mike. What do you call it?
A fish, FSH.
Now I can scrape that. could use my Easy Wood finisher. But we've used it a lot lately. There, I put that dimple in the bottom right. I just got rid of it. Now I put it right back in. I think we're there.
I usually leave mine protruding a little bit and then sand it down.
Yeah, yeah. What am I hitting there? Something's weird. Oh, it's just the grain. Just the grain. Needs some sanding is what it needs.
Now, Zed,
One other thing I want to do. I want to get my rim. Get it the way I want it. It's not there just now.
Zed says his friend is a pacifist and will not fight anyone. He has a black belt in Taekwondo.
Taekwondo. Okay. All right. Turn my speed back down. We were turning right at just over 1,000 RPMs there. We'll bring it back down to 5 or just under 5.
Now, Todd says that the first thing that popped into his mind when you said bottom feeder was a lawyer. Some lawyers are okay, though. And Ward says he resembles that remark.
Oh, Ward, surely not. Surely not.
Now, Ward, are you saying that you're a lawyer or that you're a bottom feeder lawyer? And Zed's put in the link for his upcoming live. It's an apricot vase later today.
Apricot vase. Okay. Apricot vase. Turn on my dust extractor. Oh yeah, it's coming along. Almost got, it had a little bit of torn out grain here in the very bottom, which is what I was feeling.
Zed says that he renamed his toilet from John to Jim. And that way he can honestly say that the first thing he does every day is go to the gym. That's a good one, Zed. I like that one. Ward says he's been a lawyer and a judicial officer for 36 years. Congratulations, Ward.
Nice career.
That means you must be getting close to retirement.
All right.
And Jason says he's just woken up. His brain needs coffee. It's 5:15 a.m.
Yeah, that time difference between here and Oz is quite significant.
Now, you didn't find any bleeding with the yellow into the dry wood, did you?
Not a bit. Not a bit.
That's good.
That's one of the things I want to experiment down the road with is how deep does this go? I'm thinking it sits more on top.
Now, Ward is asking, what do you call a lawyer who is too stupid to practice law? Your
I'm
Honor.
afraid to, Your Honor. That's kind of where my brain went. A judge.
Well, Jason, I just hope you send some of your nice winter weather up this way. It's
Oh,
too dang hot for me.
yeah, Jason. From what Ruby tells me, your all's winter is lovely.
If it was like that all year, I'd be in heaven.
I bet.
And Todd says that once upon a time there was a king who only stood 12 inches tall. He was a terrible king, but he made a great ruler.
I don't know about some of these jokes. All right, I still got a place right there I need to work on. So I'm going to back up. If I'm going to do this right, you know, if you want it nice, you got to do it right to begin with.
Yeah, Lucy says she's feeling cold and it's been raining. And Greg says I wouldn't enjoy North Carolina right now. Well, we're getting a lot of rain too, but the humidity is very high.
We could use a good soaking rain here. We haven't had a soaking rain in a long time.
Jason says a number of other people have mentioned to him that his colors don't bleed like other brands. And it'd be interesting to see how thin the wood model goes without bleeding. My local Zed says that his local cemetery got in trouble for raising their prices. They said it was the cost of living. And Greg says that he was originally from Michigan, so he does miss winters at time.
Tell you what, I lived in Florida as a teenager, and I had forgotten what winter was until we moved back to Kentucky when I was in high school. We moved in April, and my first day of school, I looked out my bedroom window to see what other kids were wearing to school. I mean, I waited until the last second to get my clothes on. Anyway, I looked out the window. They're wearing shorts, t-shirts, or polos, whatever. So I put on some lighter weight clothes like I normally would in Florida. Thought I'd freeze to death. It was cold.
Well, that's like people here complain about how much snow there is, but I grew up north where we had real snow. You know,
Sure.
if you got a foot and a half overnight, that was like an average little dusting. You know, it's when you got 4 or 5 feet of snow overnight that you had a bit of a problem.
Right. Foot and a half here would shut us down for a day. But after that, the roads would be, for the most part, they'd be scraped.
Now, Todd's saying that the heat index in Dallas today is 108 with high
Uh,
humidity, but it's only
that's,
the fifth day over 100 this summer.
wow. Y'all are having a cool summer.
They average over 20 days over 100.
Wow. Watch it all come in September. We're beginning to show some signs of fall. Um, it's not cooling off yet, but there we go. I had my view was not what I wanted. Had to change it.
Alex says 6 inches of snow over there would shut the country down.
I bet. I bet.
Well, I remember the one time I drove down to Myrtle Beach to go golfing, and it was first thing in the morning, and this trooper pulls me over, and I asked him, "Your problem, officer?" And he says, "What are you doing driving on the roads? Didn't you know that all the roads are closed?" I said, "Why are they closed?" He said, "Because of the snow." And I said, "What snow? You mean this little dusting?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Did you look at my tires or my license plate?" And he says, "Oh no, you're another one of those GD Canadians." It just, I mean, I was still in shorts ready to go golfing.
Yeah. Yeah. Myrtle Beach, if they get a dusting, a literal dusting, except like most of South Carolina is that way.
Now, Scott says it's hot in Texas right now because the SWAT symposium is this weekend.
Let's get some 240 on this. We'll be done with the sanding.
Are you going to take the foot off tonight?
Probably not.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and do some finishing on it. And I want it to be cured before I take the foot off. Oh, that reminds me. Glad you said that.
Well, I have to say, I really like the yellow color. It's a nice, vibrant yellow.
Yes. Blow this out. And take a good look at it. I think we're there.
Great. I think this bowl will hold a little more than the one last week.
Yeah. I still haven't finished it, folks, but there's the bowl from last week in comparison.
This bowl could hold that one too.
And the bowl from a couple of weeks ago, the healed over walnut.
Okay.
Still has the tenon on it, but the finish is done. It turned out. I think it turned out great.
I think it did too.
That's the one. It was supposed to be the other way around, and we reversed it halfway through, and that's a lacquer finish. I think I still want to buff it, but it's been drying for about 3 weeks now since my last lacquer application, and I don't think I'm going to put any more on.
Todd says that we're losing your sound from the noise canceling.
Let me turn dust collector off. That will help.
Now, what are you about to spray on?
Some sanding sealer, lacquer sanding sealer. One of the things that's been going on in the finishing world, Deft is almost non-existent anymore. There's a reason for that. They've changed their name.
Oh? What to?
It was on the tip of my tongue, and now I can't come up with it.
Well, if you remember, let me know, because
I will.
We can't get Deft here, but if they're under another name, I might be able to get them. It's not Wadco.
No. Watco is. That's one of the issues. People were having to get Rodco because they couldn't get Deft anymore. And holy cow, why can I not come up with it?
Well, you can see the grain starting to come out now.
Yes.
Oh, Todd's put in, it's now called Prolux.
There you go. Prolux. Prolux, isn't it?
Yeah,
Proluxe, I believe.
right.
Is that right, Todd? Yes, that's what he wrote. Okay, very good. Ah, glad you came up with it. As
Yeah, me
soon as I
too.
heard it, I knew that was right. Yes, that's the name of it now. So don't fret. We'll put some on the outside as well. This is again sanding sealer. I'm going to get fussed at here in just a little while.
And Larry says he's been asked to make some police plaques and the police pen kits. He said he would, but he's going to charge her for them. I don't blame you. And Zed says the Prolux is manufactured in California.
Oh, okay. So it will have the California standards label on it, so it'll be available.
Might not be that easily available here, though.
Maybe. I don't know. With the California certification, it'll be more likely to be available to you.
Scott says you can't buy Prolux in California.
Oh, are you serious? All right. I thought I was there, but I'm not. All right. That wood is sucking in that sanding sealer, which tells me it's thirsty. Even though it's wet, it's still thirsty. It'll take a couple of good coats inside and out. But I'll get I'll let this dry good, and then I'll put a light sanding on it, and then we'll put another coat, let it dry, and then this will get the full lacquer treatment. Let's see if I change cameras. Let's go to this one. Okay, there's the bowl. What did it end up at? I've got to find my ruler. There's my tape measure I got out. Got to find my ruler. I think I know where it is, but I got to hunt it. Ended up 6 5/8 by right at 3. So nice
Perfect size.
inside. Nice
It's
inside.
got nice shape to it.
Real nice outside. I just, Jason, you did good on the color. You did good on the color. All the colors I've used, I've really liked them. I've seen more than I've used, and I've liked them, whether I used them or whether I just saw someone else use them. There it is. There's the chatoyance between the two
Yep.
branches. Let's see. I believe there's probably some. I think there's some right there. It just needs a little more finish for it to show up.
Mm-hmm.
Right through that area right there. So anyway, oh yeah, it flashed just then. I saw it. But anyway, it's like I said, it lets the grain come through. It's lovely stuff. Easy to work with. And Ruby was asking about bleeding through. I looked a couple of times right on the edge, right along the edge, and there is really no bleeding into the raw wood. I see one little place right there. Y'all can't see it. I'm sure of that, but it does. It's good. I'm pleased with it. Like I said, I will let this sit up for a half an hour. Give it a really light sanding. Probably we'll use the those things, the nylon
Webs.
yeah, whatever you call that stuff called. Easy for me. Scotch-Brite. That's what we call it. I've heard it. Those English guys, they call it Webrex. They call it Nyweb. They call it all kind of other names. But anyway, there it is, folks. And I want you to notice, no hole in the center. other than the one we intended. I think what happened last week, I think I got carried away with the wet wood. That's why it shrunk so small, and I ended up going through it. I was carried away with that wet wood. It was cutting. It was like butter. Serious. This was much drier, much nicer to cut. I mean, it cut. It didn't fall off the wood. So anyway, man, I can't get over that yellow color. I think that's beautiful. I
Yep,
think
it
it's
is.
gorgeous. And holding it that way, I think, yeah, you can see the grain coming through. It looks even better in person, and it will look better as I get some finish on it. So, anything else?
No, you're getting a lot of compliments.
Okay.
Zed
Now,
says they may sell the Prolux at the Home Depot
ah, ah, that would be
and on Amazon.
if Home Depot will start carrying it. That's where I kind of got put out with Home Depot and Lowe's both. They dropped all lacquer there for a while. I was not real happy with them. I was going to an Ace Hardware. I knew I could get it at Ace, both in the spray can and in the quart cans, sanding sealer as well as lacquer, and even they quit. So I knew something was up. And that's what it was. They were working out of the brand name, coming into the new brand name. So I'll be looking for Prolux myself. It's always been a good product. So that's what we're going to go with. All right. Let's see. Zed's got his premiere at in another 2 hours, hour and 58 minutes. Ruby, you got anything going on these days?
No, I just got back from my demos, so I'm good for a while. I just have to reorganize my shop so I can find everything.
Very good. Very good. Um, you see Wayne around, encourage him. Let him know you're thinking about him, that you can't wait to see him again on the tubes. Um, it's good for him. It's good for us.
I will be
Jay,
messaging him.
yeah. If JP's still here, don't forget JP's on Mondays. He does a premiere Monday afternoon, evening. Um, good stuff there.
And
Always like to see what
Jason
he's
says he's going live in about 5 hours.
in about 5 hours. Um,
About
yeah, I'll still be
9.
up in 5 hours. All right, is that on YouTube or where is that, Jason? Where are you going live at? Is that YouTube, Facebook, Instagram? If you say TikTok, I'm gonna come kick you. Somebody who I forget who it was. There was somebody who was going to do a live demonstration. YouTube, he says.
Yep.
Um, anyway, somebody was going to do a live demonstration. This was for a big international group, and lo and behold, they couldn't get on, but they used YouTube or used TikTok all the time, and so did it on TikTok. So I know their viewership on that one was down compared to everybody else that day. I didn't get to watch it because I don't do TikTok. I'm not going to do TikTok for several reasons, but that's all I'll say about that. Um,
And Lucy reminded us that Steve at SK Crafts has lost all of his tools. He had them in his van and somebody broke in and robbed him.
I saw
That's
that.
really unfortunate.
Very, very. Um, keep your eyes and ears open. That situation. Um, as a community, we tend to help one another a lot, and so um, there
Yeah,
could be some news so where
yeah,
all of us can help out a little bit. So
yeah, if you hear of anyone trying to sell tools, suspect where they might have come from.
that's another thing. Yes, especially if you're in England. That happened to one of the turners here in the U.S. that makes tools. A lot of his tool blanks got stolen, It was like 2 or 3 pallets full.
Ooh,
Yeah, you're talking about at least a ton, if not a little more than a ton of steel per pallet. And it got stolen. And so the word was put out, and would you believe somebody was trying to sell tool blanks?
yep, I remember.
Hmm. Yeah, it's about I don't know, it's a what 6, 9 months later is a while, but they started popping up all of a sudden.
Yep.
Interesting how that happens. Okay,
Steve lost about 3,000 in tools.
yeah,
And Lucy has pointed out that there is a GoFundMe page for him as well
okay,
to help
okay.
raise some money to get new ones.
Lucy, if you know the ins and outs of that, let us know. I know you can't put a link in, but if we knew who it was, we could Lucy or Ruby or I could do that real quick for you.
Yeah.
Um, in fact, if you want to direct message me that link, I'll be glad to put it out through my social media um, and on YouTube next week. So, or even community page this week, for that matter. All right. With that, I'm going to just remind you. I'm going to give this about 15, 20 minutes to fully dry. Um, Thank you, Lucy. I'm going to let it dry. I'll knock it back very lightly, put another coat of sanding sealer on it, let that dry. I'll knock that back, and then it'll go into lacquer. Um, I usually put about 3 or 4
4 coats.
light to medium coats. Then I let it dry, knock that back. I'll repeat that cycle several times. So my 3 or 4 light to medium coats are like some people's medium or heavy coats. Um, I don't I don't give it a chance to run. I'll wait. I'll put a light dusting on it. I'll wait 10 to 15 minutes, and I'll put a little heavier dusting on it. Another 15 to 20 minutes. Then I'll get a good spray. 15, 20 minutes. Do it again. Then I let it sit overnight, and I'll knock it back lightly, kind of like somebody called mm, MSM or no MMS or no MSS. There we go. I'll get it right eventually. Martin, uh, that's kind of his method of doing it, and so that has worked well for me. Takes a long time, but a good finish usually does. Usually does. Used to do oil. I'm talking about taking a long time. Holy moly!
And
I,
before we forget, if any of you can remember, please go in and hit the like button and leave Doug a message about the live.
yes, absolutely. You love the color, you hate the color, whatever it might be. Some of you, I'm sure there's somebody that doesn't like that yellow. There's the inside, there's the outside. It's quite yellow. I love it. We'll show that blue. Maybe we'll show that blue next week. We'll see how that goes. I've
Jason,
got several projects in mind. This is going to be a series. Whether I may do one more of these live, um, but
two
I
more.
want to get.
Two more. You have to do the blue and the red.
I got green too.
Didn't you do a green bowl?
I did the big green one, not one for this series. I
Okay.
did, but yes, you're right. I did a green one, that big sycamore,
Yeah.
which is still in the bag, still drying. It's in the big bag with all the shavings. That's off the same tree as this bowl. So I've got
Jason
the other
said-
half of that one.
Jason says he'll put some clear varnish in your next package, Doug, but he
Ah,
needs an email from you first.
yes, sir. Jason, you got the other message from me, right? The reply email to the last one. I hope you did. Let me know if you didn't. Let's see. Smash the like button. Thank you, Ward. Yes, please do. It's good to be king. Yes, yes. All of these colors with black and then sanded back is primo. It's beautiful stuff. And we may do that coming along, not in this series because I want these to be real bright and vibrant. But a blank like this one that has a little bit of crotch figure, not a whole lot, but it does have the three uh, branches. The black would bring out anything that was in there, and then you sand that back, and then throw the color on it. It's just to die for. That's what makes me want to color. I like wood. My wife hates me to color wood, but every once in a while I'll take something in. She says, "Now I like that." So anyhow, there it is, folks. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you being here with us. Do, if you would, come back, close that out, open it back up, and in the comment section, say hello, say I love the color, say I hate the color. That might be good feedback for Jason too. Um, we like to know if it's great, if it's not so great. I personally love the color. Jason done good on this one. I like the green too. That green was bright. Loved it. Let's see. The red.
Well, Jason did get your email reply, Doug.
Perfect. 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 I'll get you this other one. Uh, I'll see what I can do about doing that this evening since I'm awake and here. Folks, I know I'm old because I'm working this other part-time job. When I get home, if I sit down, it's over. I'm done for the night if I ever sit down. Today, I've not sat down since I got off early, got home, changed clothes. I've been down here patiently waiting for 3 o'clock to get here
Because
so
you
that
don't dare sit down.
if I sat down, I'd be asleep. Yes. And when I go to sleep, it's for the night. I'm done. Just done. All right. Ruby, thanks a bunch. All you
You're
folks in the
welcome.
chat, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, anything else there might be, there's not anything else as far as I'm concerned. But if you might be something else, thank you for being here. I
You might be a
appreciate all of
unicorn listening in. You never know.
it. Let's see. If I do,
No, but
I only had a choice of 3 colors, green, red, and yellow. I might have a blue one here somewhere, but Scott doesn't come in, so I don't. Anyway, all right, folks. Thanks a lot. If I don't see you before then, hope to see you next week. Bye bye.
Good night.
All right.